Hello and welcome back. I'm Ian Fieldhit, and today I'm going to walk you through a mindful mantra that has been created to help you to slow yourself down. And I'm going to introduce a metronome this time to help us gain a sense of timing for our breathing and to help us get a sense of the rhythm within the mindful mantra. So with that in mind, an invitation to take a few gentle breaths and to settle yourself into this space that we're creating here. As you're breathing, just notice whatever is coming up for you, what's around for you. But the invitation is to slow everything down, just for a few minutes. Okay, now the metronome is set to a 5/4 rhythm and at 55 beats per minute for this exercise. So I have that down here by my side, and I'll set that off in a minute. You'll be using the 5/5 breathing method, and as you breathe in for 5, I'll say the first half of the mindful mantra line, and then you'll breathe out for 5. And then as you breathe in for 5, I'll say the second half of the mantra line, and then you'll breathe out again for 5. And we're just going to simply repeat the process until this mindful mantra has been complete. So if you're ready, just settle yourself. If you'd like to pause the video for a moment, if you need some more time, go ahead. And I'm going to get ready now to set up the metronome. And what I'm going to do is give you a sense of how it sounds first, the pulses you're going to hear. Remembering it's a 5/4 rhythm, and then after a few rounds of that, we'll start the mindful mantra. You'll be doing the breathing, and I'll be talking through the mindful mantra lines. I'm conscious that this doesn't sound as good out loud when I'm talking really slowly. I find it feels and sounds better when it's in my head, but I'm just hoping this is just by way of an example of how this works. So let me get the metronome up. Okay, so I have the metronome here. I'm just going to set it down over here. And before we start the mindful mantra, just get a sense of the timing. It's a very slow pace. And I am conscious that talking out loud, repeating the mantra lines at this slow pace doesn't sound as good and as powerful as when it's in my mind. But I'm hoping that by way of example, this at least will give you a sense of a mindful mantra at a slower pace. So I'm just going to give it one more round. And then we'll do 5, 4, 3. Start to get ready to breathe in. Breathe in. I have slowed right down. Slowed down my heart rate. I have slowed right down. Slowed down my breathing. I slowed right down. Slowed down my thinking. I have slowed right down. Slowed down my feeling. I have slowed right down. Slowed down my response. So just take a few moments just return now to some natural breathing patterns. And just bring yourself back to the space. Now, whether you are aiming to get back to a restful state after your sympathetic nervous system has been triggered, or you're aiming to simply remain calm, perhaps before an event you're about to engage in, such as an important call, perhaps you have a difficult conversation coming up, or you're entering a room of people. This mindful mantra has a wonderful calming effect. When you've been triggered and you're finding yourself ruminating, slowing everything down can prove to be an effective approach to disrupting negative thinking and negative feelings. And you can give yourself some permission to slow everything down now and then when you need it, so that you can just pause and take a breath and be present and notice what is coming up for you at that time. So I'm wondering how this mindful mantra worked for you, and whether during the practice you can just feel your world just slowing down. Thanks again for engaging in the activity, for being here, and I'll see you again soon.